All right, everybody, welcome to day number 21 of hashtag 24 and 24, 5-minute videos on leadership with yours truly, Staff Sergeant Lloyd Justin. I'm super excited to be with you all as we are finishing up this journey together. I want to talk to you tonight about mindset. Now, this is super important because at the end of the day, the way you think, so you will be. The way you think, so you will be. And so a very important book that I read teaches me that we ought to renew our minds daily. And what that implies is that every day I'm finding some way of making myself better. I'm finding some way of changing the way that I'm used to thinking, changing the way that I'm used to doing things. Not because there's necessarily something wrong with it, but because if the outcome allows for even the slightest chance that I can do it a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently, grow it a little bit better, a little bit more effectively, then with my giftings and my calling and my purpose, it's my responsibility to do so. So at the end of the day, all of these videos every single day are designed to leave you thinking about something, mulling it over, contemplating, man, am I doing that well? Is there a better way for me to do it? Can I take it to the next level? Is there anything I can do to improve myself? Not because you might not be already doing a good job, not because you might not already be being effective, but because at the end of the day, I want you to be the very best that you can be. It's the reason that I'm doing these videos. It pushes me. And so every day I'm forced to go and try to figure out what can I bring that offers value? What is something that I haven't discussed already? And so while we hit around at different areas, there are always elements of leadership, both self and organization and family and business and community, that demands consistent improvement. And consistent improvement starts with understanding my mindset must always be one of change, one of adaptability, one of that's not settling for the current status quo. So at the end of the day, how do I do this? Well, I think it starts in a couple of different ways. Number one, I believe you can start changing your mindset by saying every day I'm going to learn something new. Now, how you learn something new is up to you. It doesn't have to necessarily be something related to the field that you're in already. You can actually expand your brain's ability to think and make connections by learning something in a field totally unrelated to what it is that you're currently working on. So even though I consider myself to be somewhat of a leadership guru and a vision coordinator, at the end of the day, what I'm also concerned about is other things that impact that. And so I'm doing and taking classes on learning about biases and the way people's mind thinks when it comes to the decision-making process. Not because it necessarily has a direct correlation, but if I can understand the way I think a little better, it'll help when I'm making decisions and negotiations and strategic planning, all of which are important for leadership. Exactly. So you can learn stuff that's in other ways of doing things in other fields. Another way of doing that is to change up your normal routines and habits. So let's say you're a get up and brush my teeth and drink my pot of coffee and drive from point A to point B, and that's how you do it every single day. I want you to maybe consider getting up and instead of brushing your teeth first, maybe go to the bathroom, or instead of going to the bathroom first, brush your teeth. Do something that's a little bit different. If you always brush your teeth with the right hand, brush your teeth with your left hand. Change it up a little bit. If you only go one way to work every single day, switch it up and go a different way. Now, you may not know the way that you're going to go at first because you only go one way, but go look at a map. If you do Google Maps, I guarantee you it'll probably give you at least one alternative. Sometimes those alternatives mean that it's going to take you a little bit longer, in which case, wake up a little earlier, which of course is throwing a different wrench into your routine. But what it does is it keeps your mind from getting in the same old track and the same way of doing things. And so it causes some renewal. So those are two ways that you can apply that. A third way is to either pick a book or pick a video or just do a study for yourself. Not necessarily something structured, but something that you always were interested in, but never really took the time to learn about. What that will do is that will inspire you to continue learning and maybe get you interested. A lot of times when we go to school, we're forced to learn things that just don't go along with either what we plan to do later in life, or we question why will we use this information later in life. And so that kind of kills the desire inside of us to learn. And what I want you to do is come back to that desire. You once wanted to know why the stars in the sky burn so bright. You once wanted to know what happens when you combine this chemical and that chemical. You may have once wanted to know what happens when a squared plus b squared doesn't equal c squared. I don't know, but I do know that you don't have to give up on that. And if you go back and find that same discovery that you had as a young child, when every question that was answered got another question of why, you'll turn around and begin to renew your mindset and come up with new connections and see new ways that you can use your gifting, your calling, your special abilities to impact your community. It's been fun, y'all. Hashtag 24 and 24. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Be blessed.